Hello and happy Sunday to all the members of the PT Tutor Healthy Hunter Campaign Facebook group. I hope you're having a great Anzac Day today. I thought I'd jump on very quickly today to give you some advice on where you can start with your exercise. And it's going to give you a greater understanding of where people go wrong with their exercise and how you can avoid making that same mistake. Because believe it or not, despite your best intentions or even the best intentions of a young personal trainer, getting to the gym or going out and smashing it may not be the best plan for long-term success in regards to your health and fitness. I'm going to explain why today. Now, let's rip straight in. The reason for that is because you've got what's called the autonomic nervous system. That's the part of your nervous system that you do not control. Now, there are two branches of the autonomic nervous system. There's the sympathetic branch and the parasympathetic branch. Now, the sympathetic branch basically means the branch that is dominant when you are under stress. So anytime you're stressed, you go sympathetic. Now, because the nervous system is like the boss of the rest of the body, it tells your body how to react to certain stimulus. That stress that your body feels stimulates the nervous system and you go sympathetic, and that dictates the rest of your body's systems on how they react to that. And when you go into that sympathetic branch, all your resources are pulled away from your internal organs and allocated to your extremities. Because when you're in stress, you go into a fight or flight response. You may have heard of that. Basically, your body, because this is such an ancient part of the brain and the body, your body's perceiving a predator. So, it's really important to understand that your nervous system cannot tell the difference between the stress of work or stress of a relationship or a physical stress. So the nervous system is all just stress. So in that way, your nervous system reacts to that stress as if it was a predator. That's how old this system is. So if you've got a predator in front of you threatening your life, your body is either going to fight that predator or flee from it. So that's why all the resources get pulled away from your internal organs. Digestive processes get put on pause. Immune processes get on pause. All your rest, recovery, repair systems are put on pause. No more digesting, assimilating, and eliminating waste. It all gets put on pause because there's no use digesting that food or fighting that disease if you're not going to last the next 20 seconds face to face with this tiger. So that's why all the resources get put into your arms and legs and your extremities and your muscles so you can physically fight that predator or flee from it. Now, because of our modern lifestyles, we spend a lot more time in the sympathetic branch of the nervous system than it was initially designed. We're constantly stressed from work, family life, our relationships, stimulation from TV and radio and movies and the news, and all this stuff puts us in the sympathetic branch. And when we spend too much time in this sympathetic branch, we get a lot of really negative health consequences. And too much time in this sympathetic branch is at the root cause of all health problems. It can come in many forms, but the result is we are not spending enough time in the parasympathetic branch, the rest and recovery branch, which allows our body to rejuvenate itself. So my point here is that if you're dealing with the mental stress of work and deadlines, the emotional stress of family and relationship life, if you're dealing with digestive stress from maybe eating food that isn't right for you or not right for anyone, if you're not sleeping well, not hydrating well, and then you throw a physical stress like working out on top of that, you're just going to put yourself further in the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. You're going to end, further into the sympathetic branch of the nervous system, the stress response. You're going to feel even more drained, less vital, no energy, and often this is associated with negative emotions too. And if you live a life like this in that branch, which the majority of people do, over the long term, it leads to weight gain, cancers, diabetes, heart attack, stroke, a whole host of preventable conditions that doctors are going to give you medications for that you wouldn't need if you just change your lifestyle a little bit and learn how to manage these stresses. So again, the point here is that if you're dealing with all this different type of stress and it's resulting in weight gain and you feeling like rubbish, and then you see a personal trainer who doesn't take a holistic approach and understand things holistically, they're going to start smashing you and you're going to wonder why you're not feeling any better. Okay. So one of the best things you can do with your exercise is do exercise that is actually going to reduce that sum total of stress and put you into the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. When you go to the parasympathetic branch, as I mentioned earlier, this is your rest, recovery, and repair system. Okay, and this is where we're meant to be. This is where you digest food more easily. This is where you rest more easily. And this is the key to longevity and good health. There are some things you can do to consciously put yourself in the parasympathetic branch, and we can do that through moving and exercise. But before you work out and go really, really hard, try reducing stress by working in. Working in is fantastic. It's basically like Tai Chi. So you simply match breathing and movement together. So you're actually not trying to get the heart rate up at all. It's just meant to calm you down. And by moving in a rhythmic fashion like that, slow and steady, it gets the blood pumping around your body. Now that blood's able to deliver nutrients to your cells and eliminate waste. That alone will boost your vitality. It engages your core, and your core is designed to support your organs. Now your organs can function much more optimally. And there's a whole other host of benefits that come with working in and lowering stress. So that's where I'd recommend you start if you are someone who's high stress. You don't need to go like a bull at the gate, smashing yourself straight off the bat. Reduce stress, go parasympathetic, and then make room for positive stress like exercise that will then help you get stronger. Okay, that's very, very important. Once you've done some working in, I'd recommend moving on to a bit of stretching. Okay, by stretching, you can begin to address your tight muscles and reduce postural stress. When we walk around with bad posture all the time, that is a stress on the body. It modifies our breathing patterns. It causes aches and pains, headaches, all these different stresses on the body that send us over here to sympathetic. Okay, so by working in, doing some stretching, you're gonna feel so much more relaxed. That'll put you into rest recovery mode, and that'll actually stimulate things like weight loss, you feeling more energetic and just a whole lot better. Okay, so you really need to understand this so you can find the balance for you. Now, let's say that you've done some working, you've done some stretching, and you've also learned some techniques to manage your mental and emotional stresses, and you've tidied up your diet, you're getting better sleep, you're drinking more water. Now you've eliminated a lot of that stress that doesn't really do anything for you. Now you can start to stress yourself in a good way through some working out, okay? And that will make you stronger and more vital, and it's stress that your body can actually take on and adapt to, which is really, really beneficial. And that's where we want to get to. But the first place you should start with is with some core work. Your core is super, super important because it stabilizes and protects your spine during exercise. For example, if you're squatting and your core can't hold your spine in a still neutral position, and instead it's floundering and bending and going all over the place, you're putting yourself at risk for injury. So that's why your core needs to be really, really strong so you can prevent injury and stay consistent. You don't have to spend time on the bench. Once your core is nice and strong, from there you would move on to some strength work. And strength work's really, really what you want to be doing if you want to feel really vital, happy, healthy, lose weight, boost your metabolism in a way that's going to keep it off. Because when you do strength work, you gain muscle tissue, then you're looking toned. Second, you're getting stronger. But three, that muscle tissue burns energy at rest, which means that you're going to boost your metabolism. You can end up burning more energy for up to 3 days after a strength training workout compared to cardio. So strength training is really, really where you want to be. Now, what I start my clients off with is getting them to what's called primal standard. So humans are designed to work in a very, very specific way in a three-dimensional unsupported environment. And primal standard refers to the movements that we would do in the wild to survive. It's the squat, lunge, bend, push, pull, and twist. So if you can do those movements or combinations of those movements, you're covering all the movements that you're going to do in real life, like mowing the lawn, throwing balls with your kids, pushing a shopping trolley, picking things up, putting them down, picking up the kids. You're going to cover those things that you actually do in real life. So that way you're not going to blow your back out tying your shoelaces or something. So we all want to get there. And we also want to start lifting some weights. Weights is where you're really going to start pushing your strength to the next level. So both primal standard targeting and weight training fall into the category of strength. So again, reduce your stress on all levels. So whether it's mental, emotional, digestive, nutritional, lack of hydration, all that low-hanging pieces of fruit that can reduce your stress, put you into parasympathetic branch. Now you're feeling relaxed and actually happy. From there, do some working in to reduce that stress further. Do some stretches so you improve your posture. do some core work next, which is a bit more challenging, but will strengthen your core in order to support your spine for when you go into your strength work, primal standard, or weightlifting. So that's a really, really great place to start. There's a real art to this, guys. You need to find the balance, and everyone's going to have their own unique starting point. Some people can go straight into working out. Other people have gone on different programs and challenges for many, many years, but no one's ever said, hey, are you like emotionally calm? Are you mentally calm? Do you rest and sleep well? Because those things are going to have a way, way bigger impact on your health and your weight loss goals and your general fitness goals than smashing yourself at the gym and just going further into sympathetic branch of the nervous system. So guys, I hope you found that useful. Remember, we are hosting the Healthy Hunter campaign, giving away free personal training sessions. If you have any questions, or if you'd like to book in for a free personal training session with me and David, please let me know. We'd love to meet you. And yeah, shoot more questions over, guys. I love talking about this stuff. I love helping people, and I love answering your questions. So please don't hesitate, get involved. I will see you guys next time. Have a great week.